Welcome back to another edition of Cosmic Crucible. I'm having some problems with the screen recorder on my phone, and I'm learning some of the ins and outs of it. And I want to apologize to my previous two opponents in Crucible because I tried to record their battles and failed miserably at it. But I wanted to review what had happened and share my thoughts about this season and what needs to happen for you to succeed. So in round 2, I fought Player21. He was a 17.7 TCP guy, and he ended up winning the round, but I wanted to discuss what had happened. So first I'm going to go over his attacks. He used his Weapon X into my YA and crushed it. Then he used his Dark Hold into my Gamma and crushed it. His Eternals beat my Death Seed. Gamma beat X Factor. And then he didn't even bother to attack my Room 5 and Room 6 defenses, which at the time were a Tangled Web in Room 5 and Mediocre Wakanda in Room 6. So I'm not sure why he didn't attack those rooms at all, but he decided to skip them. But he ended up winning, so maybe it was to his favor. I used a Darkhold into his YA and crushed it. And then in the second room here, I messed up. If I had taken the second team in first, I would have probably won this round, but I didn't. I tried to attack it with new warriors, and I got served because of that Surfer. And then I went back in there with the Eternals and just destroyed it. I was easily able to beat his SA with my SA. And then I tried to do this battle and could not beat the punch up. I couldn't beat this room. Also, at that time, I didn't have Gamma on offense, so I decided to skip this room. And then I took my Unlimited into the Tangled Web and easily dispatched it. And then in the last room here, I tried a couple things into his really big Wakanda, and nothing was working for me. I thought about doing another Darkhold attack into it, but I decided not to and skip this room as well. And I ended up using Darkhold over here instead. But my opponent won, so congrats to him. Then for round 2 or 3 here, I made some changes to my defense. I decided to take Gamma off defense and to take my Death Seed off of defense. And here's what I put in their place. I threw in my BA and I threw in my HA, Hero Asgardians, in their place. And I also decided, since I didn't have any Horseman teams on defense, that I would just go ahead and throw my UX on defense, since that room is just made for UX anyway. So that's the changes I made in round 3. So my round 3 opponent was 17 million TCP. And just for posterity, I'm in Platinum 1, in case anybody wanted to know. And then my results of my attack, his attacks, were his Eternals nuked my Hero Asgardians. His Death Seed hit my BA, which I thought was kind of a waste of his Death Seed, and I'll explain that later on. Then he uses this huge Doom team to destroy my Young Avengers, rip Young Avengers. And then he goes into the mirror here and does the job. And then here's where I thought he kind of made a mistake. He tried to use his BA first, and that got stuffed. And he tried that huge Doom team, and it got beat. And then he comes back in here with Gamma, and my Weaver survives. I think if he had used his Death Seed here, he probably would have beaten me, but he didn't, so I got to keep this room. And then he took his Darkhold into my Wakanda, and that was a huge punch down for him. Well, 500k punch down, so. But his Wakanda wasn't as big either, so I was able to punch down on them and knock him out with my Darkhold on his Wakanda. Then I took my Gamma into his YA because he didn't have unlimited on defense. So I think the reason to pull Gamma from defense is so that you can use them against unlimited. But he didn't have unlimited, so. And then I took my IW into his IW, which we're about equal in the power level here, but I still beat him. And then I beat his Secret Avengers with my Secret Avengers. I had this speed of Emma on my side, so that helped. And then I used the Eternals to crush his Hero Mutant team. There was just no contest there. Just destroyed it. And then here's where I had some fun. So I went into the battle the first time with my Death Seed, and I combat canceled because I didn't have enough oomph in the team, and I realized that I wanted to put a T4 on Psylocke's ult so that it would rewind the turn meter on Weaver. So I went and did that. I put the T4 on her ult, and I went back and did the battle again, and I got stuffed one more time. So I decided to look at my T4s one more time, which I probably should have done the first time, and I realized I didn't have the T4 on Magneto's special. The T4 on Magneto's special strips all buffs from the enemy, and when I hit Weaver with that Magneto special, it stripped her positives and made her a lot easier to kill the third time. So the third time I went in there, finally one-shot it with the third attempt by putting the T4 into both Psylocke's ult and Magneto's special. So I thought that would be a nice little tidbit of information for anybody who cares to watch this. But yeah, so that's fun. And the battle is a little interesting in that you have to use Magneto's ult turn 1 and throw Archangel's special out there so you get the offense ups, and then you want to use Beast's ult to get the counter attacks going, and then you want to use Nemesis's special to get your speed up, and then you can use Psylocke's ult on Weaver, and then you want to ult with Archangel into Weaver again to kill her. So a little bit of a tricky battle, but it can be done, and it's fun. It's fun. It's gonna be fun to watch this battle in the future. But anyway, that's all I have. I ended up beating my opponent for the third round. So I went 2-1 this Crucible, losing the second round, won the first one, lost the second one, won the third one. All right, guys. Until next time. Thanks.